Imagine waking up, swinging your legs out of bed, and feeling an immediate sense of rock-solid stability. No more second-guessing that first step. No more reaching for the nightstand to steady yourself. Just the pure confidence of knowing your body is ready to move. Whether you're looking forward to a morning walk with your partner, dancing at a granddaughter's wedding, or simply carrying a heavy bag of groceries from the trunk without a second thought, that feeling of strength is what we all strive for. But for many seniors, the reality feels a lot different. Maybe it's a nagging tightness in your calves that never seems to go away, or a strange numbness in your toes that makes you feel disconnected from the floor. Perhaps it's those brutal, sudden cramps that strike in the middle of the night, jerking you out of a deep sleep in total agony. You might even find yourself avoiding the stairs or instinctively furniture walking, touching chairs and walls just to get across the room. Here is the truth that most people won't tell you. These leg issues aren't just an inevitable part of getting older. They are your body's alarm system. They are a signal that your system is missing something vital. Most of the time, that missing link is a specific nutrient your biology is screaming for. Your leg strength, your coordination, and your flexibility all rely on a delicate chain of vitamins and minerals. If even one link in that chain is weak, the whole system falters. It affects how your nerves send signals, how your bones handle pressure, and how your blood delivers life-giving oxygen to your muscles. In this video, we are diving into the 7 most powerful vitamins and minerals that help adults over 60 reclaim their mobility. We're talking about boosting power, eliminating cramps, and restoring the kind of balance that lets you walk with your head held high. Stick with me until the very end, because the number 1 nutrient on our list is one that the vast majority of seniors are completely unaware they're deficient in, and it's often the literal tipping point between staying active or suffering a dangerous, life-altering fall. Before we dive into the list, I'd love to know who we're helping today. How old are you? And what part of the world are you tuning in from? Drop a comment below. We read every single one. And if you're ready to take charge of your health, do me a quick favor, hit that like button and subscribe to Metabolic Logic. We've spent weeks synthesizing the latest geriatric research to bring you these insights, and your support helps us keep building a stronger, safer community for everyone. Let's start with number 7, vitamin D, which I like to call the silent strength activator. If you've been feeling a bit wobbly or noticed your muscles just don't have the pop they used to, there is a massive chance your vitamin D levels are in the basement. Most people think vitamin D is just for bone health, but that's only half the story. It is actually responsible for activating the specific muscle fibers you need to stand up from a deep sofa or to catch yourself if you lose your footing. As we get older, our skin loses its ability to turn sunlight into vitamin D effectively. Pair that with the fact that many of us spend more time indoors, and you have a recipe for a hidden deficiency. Research consistently shows that low levels are tied to slower reaction times and a much higher risk of falls because this vitamin controls the nerves that tell your muscles when to fire. You can find it in salmon, egg yolks, or fortified foods, but for most seniors, diet isn't enough. Many doctors now suggest between 800 and 2,000 IU daily to see a real difference in posture and independence. But vitamin D doesn't work alone. It has a partner in crime that is responsible for the actual spark of movement. If you've ever wondered why your legs feel stiff or heavy, even when you aren't tired, you won't want to miss what's coming next. This brings us to number 6, calcium, the movement connector. Now that your muscles are being activated, we have to look at their essential partner, your skeletal structure. While everyone knows calcium is the building block of bones, its most immediate job is actually movement control. Think of calcium as the electrical spark that allows your leg muscles to contract and relax every time you take a step. The problem is that as we age, our bone density naturally begins to decline. If you aren't consuming enough calcium, your body doesn't just go without. It actually borrows it from your bones to keep your heart and muscles running. This internal theft leads to brittle bones, chronic stiffness, and a much higher risk of fractures or spinal compression. To keep your legs powerful, you need to be hitting about 1,200 milligrams a day. You can find this in the usual suspects like dairy, but also in leafy greens, sardines, and fortified plant milks. However, here is a professional tip. Calcium is almost useless if it's traveling alone. It needs vitamin D to be absorbed properly. When you get this balance right, you'll notice more than just better X-ray results. You'll feel a tangible increase in power when you're climbing stairs or standing up from a chair. Moving on to number 5, vitamin B12, the balance and nerve guardian. Have you ever experienced that strange pins and needles sensation in your calves, or felt like your feet were slightly numb while walking? Maybe you've had a sudden moment of dizziness that made you grab the wall. These aren't just signs of getting older. They are classic red flags for a B12 deficiency. Vitamin B12 is responsible for maintaining the protective coating around your nerves. Without this coating, the electrical messages from your brain to your legs get glitchy or slow down. This leads to poor coordination and that terrifying feeling of being unsteady on your feet. What makes this particularly tricky for seniors is that our stomachs produce less acid as we age, which is required to pull B12 out of our food. If you take antacids or certain diabetes medications, your risk of being low is even higher. Restoring your B12 levels, whether through animal proteins, fortified cereals, or high-absorption supplements, is like rebooting your entire nervous system. You'll likely notice faster reactions and a significant reduction in that tingling sensation, giving you back your peace of mind while moving. But what about those painful physical interruptions that happen when you aren't even moving? If you've ever been shocked awake by a muscle that simply won't relax, you need to hear about the Cramp Calmer coming up next. Number 4, magnesium, the cramp-calming mineral. Is there anything worse than being jolted awake at 2 a.m. by a sudden agonizing leg cramp? That sharp, twisting pain in your calf that makes you panic as you scramble to stretch it out? If this sounds familiar, magnesium is likely your missing puzzle piece. This mineral is the ultimate relaxer for your body. It regulates the electrical impulses that tell your muscles when to release. Without enough of it, your muscles can get stuck in a state of contraction, leading to those painful nighttime spasms. The challenge for those of us over 60 is that magnesium is incredibly easy to lose. Stress, caffeine, and even common blood pressure or heart medications can quietly drain your magnesium stores. To fight back, you want to load up on pumpkin seeds, almonds, leafy greens like kale, and even a little bit of dark chocolate. Many seniors find that a daily supplement of 200 to 400 milligrams after checking with their doctor creates a night and day difference, leading to smoother movement and, finally, a peaceful night's sleep. Now, if you're finding this breakdown helpful and want to see more science-backed ways to stay independent, take a second to support the channel. At Metabolic Logic, we are dedicated to helping you live a stronger, longer life. Hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who are struggling with these same issues. Also, if you've ever had a miracle recovery from leg pain or have a question about a specific supplement, share it in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Next up is number 3, potassium, the muscle balancer. We're not just talking about balance in terms of standing on one leg. We're talking about the electrical balance inside your cells. Potassium is what keeps your muscles hydrated and your nerves firing with precision. If your levels are low, you might feel a strange trembling in your legs or a heavy stiffness after a short walk. This is a major issue for seniors on diuretics for high blood pressure, as those medications can flush potassium right out of your system. While everyone thinks of bananas, you can also get a massive potassium boost from avocados, sweet potatoes, and white beans. When your potassium is in the sweet spot, your walking stride feels stronger and your joints feel noticeably more flexible. But even if your muscles are firing and your balance is back, there is a silent traffic controller in your blood that decides whether your efforts are actually strengthening your bones or accidentally hardening your arteries. This next nutrient is one that most people and even some doctors completely overlook. This brings us to number 2, vitamin K, the bone protector. You likely didn't know you needed. You've heard all about vitamin D and calcium, but vitamin K is the silent traffic controller of your body. Its job is to direct calcium into your bones, where it can build strength, while simultaneously keeping it out of your arteries, where it can cause dangerous hardening. Without enough vitamin K, calcium can end up in the wrong places, leading to brittle bones and stiff joints. When your vitamin K levels are optimal, it acts like a biological glue, binding minerals to your bones to support legs that feel reliable and flexible. There are two main forms: K1, found in greens like broccoli and kale, and K2, which is more potent for bone health and found in fermented foods like sauerkraut or egg yolks. Many seniors miss out on these because of restricted diets. However, a quick word of caution: if you are on blood thinners, you must talk to your doctor before changing your vitamin K intake, as it can interfere with those medications. When you get it right, your legs will feel more stable with every single step. Finally, we've reached number 1, vitamin B6, the energy and recovery vitamin. Have you ever felt completely winded after just a short walk, or noticed that your legs feel sore for days after even light activity? That's often a sign of low vitamin B6. This nutrient is essential for repairing muscle tissue and maintaining the neurotransmitters that control your coordination and balance. Low levels of B6 lead to early fatigue and inflammation, which can quickly drain your confidence when moving. While you can find it in chicken, salmon, and bananas, our ability to absorb B6 declines sharply as we age, especially if we take medications for blood pressure or arthritis. Restoring this vitamin acts like a signal booster for your entire nervous system, providing clearer thinking and steadier energy in your legs. So, what is the big takeaway from everything we've covered? If your legs feel weak or your balance is slipping, it isn't just an inevitable part of aging. Often, it's a sign that your body is quietly asking for help. The amazing thing about the human body is that even at 70, 80, or 90, it responds when you give it the tools it needs to rebuild. From the nerve repair of B12 to the cramp calming power of magnesium, every nutrient plays a role in your independence. Take a moment this week to reflect on your meals or talk to your doctor about a blood test. These small adjustments can lead to massive improvements in how you move and the freedom you keep. If you found this guide helpful, please hit the like button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to Metabolic Logic for more tips on staying strong. We'd love to hear what topics you want us to dive into next. Until next time, stay informed and stay healthy.